Over the past 3 years, I've reviewed many barefoot shoes, discussing the multiple benefits these minimalist foot covers have to offer. However, my time in barefoot shoes has not been entirely positive. Today, I'm going to be sharing the 5 negatives that I've experienced since I started wearing barefoot shoes. But before we get started, what even are barefoot shoes? In very simplistic terms, they're a shoe that are shaped like a foot. They have a widened toe box which enables your feet to splay out in their natural glory, as well as zero heel lift, which stops your body being pushed out of its natural alignment. They also have minimal tread, so you can feel and connect with the ground beneath you. I quickly want to say that my feelings towards barefoot shoes are primarily positive, and I still do wear them today. However, I do wish I'd known this information before I'd started wearing barefoot shoes, so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. And starting in reverse order for dramatic effect, number 5, Athetics. Now this one doesn't need much explanation and is probably the main reason most people haven't even looked twice at a pair of barefoot shoes. Granted, they have gotten better over the years, but that is mostly due to how they started. I mean, the only way was up. There is a reason most shoes have a narrow toe box, and that's because it looks better, or at least we think it looks better because that's what we're used to. However, I personally can no longer wear regular shoes, so that's leading us nicely onto number 4, which is your feet will change. Now I've told the story about why I started wearing barefoot shoes on multiple occasions on this channel, so here's the super quick version. During COVID, I got stuck in Bali for 7 months where I unintentionally just didn't wear any shoes, and by the time I went to leave, I couldn't put my regular shoes on, as over that 7 months my feet had flattened out and got a lot wider, making regular shoes almost impossible for me to wear. Now this is important information. If you're someone who's interested in trying out barefoot shoes, please be aware that if you commit to wearing them for several months, that you may no longer be able to wear regular shoes after that time, as your feet will change and they will get wider. Though you might be able to make a bit of extra cash on Feet Finder, so swings and roundabouts. As well as your feet changing, so will your height, leading us on to number 3, you'll be smaller. Height has become very popular over the past couple of years, with women only wanting a man who's 6 foot or over.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
As barefoot shoes have zero heel lift and most regular shoes add about an inch, you're essentially deducting about an inch from your height, as everyone else walking around in their regular shoes will be about an inch taller due to the shoe's stack height. And from my experience, there's only 2 places a guy wants to lose inches from, and the second one is height. Taking us to number 2 on the list, and if the looks haven't put you off, I'm sure the price will, but not for the reason that you think. Now the high price makes sense to me. Barefoot shoes aren't as popular as regular shoes, so the production costs and expenses are going to be higher. However, the reason this is an issue is due to the minimal sole. They wear down incredibly fast. I've worn down shoes in less than 2 months, and that is one of the reasons I've got so many review videos on this channel, and that's because I've been running through barefoot shoes, ironically with little running. I clock up about 10 to 15,000 steps a day, so if you're more active than me, this is definitely something to be aware of because you're going to be going through shoes fast. And yes, you can get cheaper ones like these Wittens from Amazon, but in my experience you do get what you pay for, and I also couldn't get past the finger toes. And finally, we're left with number 1 on the list, and that is foot pain. Now this is entirely speculation. I'm not a doctor, I'm just a guy who tries stuff out and shares his experience on YouTube. But wearing barefoot shoes over the past 3 years has led me to experience chronic foot pain in the part of the shoe which seems to wear down first. From self-diagnosis, I believe I've worn down my metatarsals by repeatedly walking on concrete with little protection underneath. Over the past couple of months, I've managed to relieve the symptoms by resting, ice, and switching footwear. However, it does still flare up occasionally, so it's something to take into consideration if you live in an area which is predominantly concrete or hard surfaces. Don't get me wrong, I love the idea of barefoot shoes and still wear them to work out or if I'm going on a short walk. However, if I'm walking on hard surfaces or for extended periods, I have to switch to my Ultras. For me, these seem to be a happy medium between barefoot shoes and regular shoes, and if you're interested in learning more about these, I highly suggest you check out this video.